Family of Light is about family values and family tradition, but it is not based on any particular religion. Okay, it's not about shaming you or guilting you. It's not about shunning you if you switch religions. If you come in as a Catholic and you're studying Buddhist, I believe you can be pagan and Wiccan, and you can cuss, and you can, have a healthy sex life and still be a Christian, okay? You can be all of these things. If you find something you've never been exposed to before, like say you're very much a Christian and into the one true God, and very, you're very radical about it, and this has been your whole life, and you come to an event where you learn more about being a Buddhist, and you decide you want to experience that, you shouldn't feel guilty about leaving another religion. It's all roads lead home, okay? It's about what your calling is and what feels good to you, following your bliss and learning and studying and having a connection with Spirit that is your personal relationship with Spirit, however feels the most good to you. This raises the vibration for us all. The last church event I went to, they spent the first half an hour talking about their calendar, okay? So they talked about the things they were going to do for the year, fundraisers, they talked about different events, and it really lost my interest, okay? I went there for spiritual nourishment. I went there for love and compassion, and I went there for something that I did not find, that I would hope to find in a church, a spiritual sanctuary, okay? Now, no, people can't always get one-on-one. You're not always going to hear what you're going to hear. But at Bringing Back Goddess Church, when you walk into the room, we hope to have a feeling that you feel nourished just by that, okay? There will be books there that will nourish you. There will be people that will inspire you. There will be pictures that will inspire you. There will be ways for you to empower and make a better life for you, for your body, for your mind, your soul, your spirit, your emotions, tools to teach you to be a better you. And we're always open to learning to being a better us. It's about family and community. But family values and family traditions, when you hear this, it seems to, if this was a church's slogan, you probably wouldn't go if you were pagan, if you were Wiccan, if you were Buddhist, if you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you're an interracial couple, or maybe even if you're black or Hispanic or even just, not white. I mean, because you might feel like you're going to be judged or excluded. Okay, well, at Bringing Back Goddess Church, we are very much into family traditions and family values based on what that family wants for themselves, okay? Now, if that family is poly, if they have 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, whatever their family unit is for them, their spiritual belief for them, we support that the best we can. Okay, it is about being all-inclusive. I know a lot of the churches, they're like, well, we're gay friendly. We include gay people, and we are, open to that. So basically, they're tolerant of us. Okay, they'll tolerate you if you're Wiccan and you go to a Christian church, but don't talk about it. Don't talk about your Wiccan beliefs, your pagan beliefs, your Buddhist beliefs. Don't talk about your gay family or your gay kids or gay marriage or anything happy in your life because you're a gay or lesbian. Just go and listen about Jesus and then go home, okay? Well, at Bringing Back Goddess Church, we're not just necessarily friendly and tolerant, we're inclusive. Okay? And not just because, yes, I am a lesbian, but I'm also inclusive of, heterosexual couples, obviously, Native American, interracial couples, poly families. It is about each individual person and their relationship to Spirit and helping people to find their bliss, find their calling, and to be happier, healthier, whole people. This raises the vibration for everybody. This makes the planet, the world, the universe better for everybody in it. And yes, I do believe there is others in the universe besides us. I do believe we live more than one life, okay? I do believe that Jesus Christ's life is an example of what we are to attain as humans, okay? Which would include resurrection, which would include hands-on healing, loving thy neighbor as yourself, not judging people, being Christ-like. The Christ consciousness is Christian, okay? Believing in Jesus dying for your sins, and whatever you believe that's authentically for you is what you really need to follow for you. Okay, I myself really have a broad spectrum, as I've told you folks before, of spirituality. And it's changed throughout my life based on what I've studied. But I've never left the core of it. And I feel like I have a relationship with the Spirit that is Jesus. And Archangel Michael that I've been communicating with for my whole life, which many believe that Archangel Michael is Jesus in heaven. And so I believe a lot of the Bible is a parable, teaching us morals and teaching us to have certain values and higher standards and be better people. And what was going on at the times, I mean, you kind of have to look at the definition of words and what it all meant and blah, blah, blah. I'd like to create more spiritual information that is, and I don't mean to sound simplistic in this, but it's not that I can't say King Nebuchadnezzar, I can barely say it. And it's not that I'm not intelligent, but I've read my whole life. I have tons of books. I love reading, but I don't pronounce things always correctly, and I kind of struggle with some of these words. And these big words and all these big kings and all these big people, it's just like to simplify spiritual concepts so that people can apply them in their life. People are really busy. They're running their kids around. They're trying to help each other. They have health issues. They have so much. And so many people deal with these things alone. Even if they're married, they end up dealing with things alone. And we want to create where people have help. Have someone to drive them to a medical thing, even if it's just a blood draw and they're scared. Maybe walk on the beach with them, have lunch with them. Have a place for people to be able to talk. If your feelings are hurt by your spouse and you don't really want to lash out at them, you don't know whether they're right or you're right or what your thinking is, and have a place to get spiritual counseling, but not feel like you have to get baptized and you have to believe in the one true God, and then later you're going to be shunned if you don't, okay? After you've created this community and this friendship. It's about creating family and helping your neighbor and being there for each other. Say you want to start an organic garden, but you just can't. So, we can network people to help you to grow a garden. Okay? The simple things of growing food, of supporting each other, of going and sitting in a waiting room while you are dealing with a medical issue. Okay? Going to check on your kids if something's going on that you can't deal with it because of a medical issue, a job issue, whatever it is. Having family of light, okay, under a non-denominational church, which is an all-inclusive, all-belief system, all-denomination spiritual sanctuary. And when you come into this church, the idea, the energy of it, the property, the people, meeting the people in this congregation in the streets, that you are vibrating high, that you are happy, that you are not a plate going around begging you for money. We're not giving you a bunch of calendars of here's what we're going to do later and here's what you need to plan for your future and putting you to sleep. Okay? It is about inspiring you. Helping you be a better you, okay? It's not about what can you do for the church and let's set up events and you do this and you do that and calendars, and that stuff puts me to sleep. It makes me feel more alone than when I went into the church in the first place. It makes me feel not only alone, but that I have now an obligation to someone else. Now, no one can make you feel anything but yourself, and I get that. And I know that I'm in charge of how I feel. But I don't want to go into a church and instantly feel obligated to help them support the church, obligated to help them to some Christmas bazaar and all of this stuff that has nothing to do with the craving, yearning relationship with Spirit that I went into the church for in the first place. Okay? Bringing Back Goddess Church is a different kind of church. We are a family of light. We are an all-denomination spiritual sanctuary, and our intention is about raising the vibration of Mother Earth and her people, healing past wounds, such as what happened to the Native Americans, such as extreme hate in the past, and uniting in love and in what we have in common, in support of clean air, clean soil, clean water, clean food, in support of our food as our medicine, and getting people out of jobs they hate and into jobs they love. God bless you folks. I'll talk to you again real soon.